Is your sales pipeline up and visual? I'm here with super agent, killer realtor, and teammate and friend Zahra from our team. You've seen her before. She's back again because she continues to do things that help drive her business. To give you some perspective, she's already closed more business this year than she did all of 2022, and we're in the middle of the year. So that's a major credit to you.
Thank you.
And one of the things that's been working has been keeping your pipeline up and visual. So why don't you share what you've been doing, how you've been doing it, and what some folks watching can take away and implement in their business.
Yeah, so pretty much we started doing these personal sessions, and you always recommended doing these. It's like a top prospect sheet. It pretty much has my hots, and then the amount of money I could potentially make from them, and then notes regarding them. And at first, for a while, I'm a very disorganized person, so I was like, no, I'm not doing it. Like, I have it in my head, like, it's fine. But then once, I really started doing it, I realized that's kind of when my consistency started becoming more consistent, because I was able to focus on the people that were the hottest and then kind of go down the list from there, because our CRM can be a little bit overwhelming for me. So having that list where I can look at like every day and kind of know, and then obviously like having the commission to be a major motivation, and then notes as well to know like what their situation is like, has really helped.
You said something there that enough people don't acknowledge, that CRMs can be overwhelming. I mean, if you put everyone that's in your phone right now, I mean, I don't know how many people in your phone. I have like 2,500 plus. So let's just say you put all those people in the CRM, which you probably shouldn't do. But right away you're overwhelmed just looking at that. If you have 200, 300, 400 leads, which is probably too many leads in a lot of cases. I know we've talked about lead count.
Yeah.
It gets overwhelming. You're like, what do I do with all these people? And in my view, the CRM's a great tool. And if you can use that to get them to the top prospect sheet where it's like, here's my year, here's my business, what am I doing to close these people? That's where it gets exciting. Is that the same experience you had?
Yeah, I agree completely. I mean, it just kind of helps to just shorten the list to like 20 hot buyers instead of like 455 or something, which are obviously not all hot. So
for sure. So you told me specifically there's one thing you like the most about this list and find the most satisfying and the most motivating.
Yeah, I mean, every time I get to check off a list, it feels so good to kind of add, because I have like my potential that I can make from it, and then what I've actually gotten from it. And also obviously like helping a buyer out. I'm like, yes, like I got them off my pipeline. Or even say, obviously, because everyone's not going to transact on there, and just having people that fall out or something, like, okay, goodbye, like you're gone. So it's kind of nice to have to be able to like maneuver it like that.
Well, I know Zahra is a big fantasy football fan, but
Totally.
and all kidding aside, it's like a fantasy football roster.
Yeah, it is.
How many people can you carry on your roster? Are you getting enough production out of them, or do you need to replace them and remove them? Obviously, the best way to replace them is by selling them a house, right? But if you're able to say, hey, you know what, maybe this person isn't actually a top prospect because they're not communicating with me anymore, or they're not listening after the 10th offer that we lost out on.
Or things change,
things change, conditions change, their motivation might change. So that's really the magic in all of this. So now that you've been doing this, how have you been running your day differently? Like, talk about that, because I know we also changed the way you were approaching things.
So a big thing also we talked about is like calendar blocking. So I've kind of started to do from 9 to 11 is just prospecting for people that I haven't met yet. And then from 11 to 12 is the existing clients on my hot sheet that I am actively showing houses to or submitted offers with. That kind of helps me stay more structured, because I'm meeting new people, but I'm also taking care of the people I already have.
So any advice for people that aren't happy with how their year's going? Obviously, you've already surpassed last year. Most agents have not done that, to be very clear. So that's a major credit to you and the work you're doing. Someone that wants to take advantage of these next 5-6 months left in the year and get their business up to a level they're happy with, what advice do you have?
I think just kind of going backwards and reassessing your business from the beginning. So realizing what you need to do to be more organized and have that consistency, because this job is very inconsistent. So if you have like, for me, a top prospect sheet, or just kind of time blocking certain things, like that'll help your business be consistent with not only yourself, but with deals too.
Love it. Well said. We unpacked a lot here. Take notes on this one. We're going to put Zahra's contact information up here in case you need to ping her. And we'll be back again with more agent hacks.